There we go.
And we're live!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Those Aren't Biscuits. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Cadotte, and with me, as always, is the 2D planed Owen Adams.
What I want to know is if I pick the little pieces and you pick the big ones, do we each get the pieces we chose on the board? That'd be great.
No, that's the weird thing. Like, so technically we're gonna be playing together, but it's gonna show whatever we decide to set it up as.
That's kind of nice. It's like trans-dimensional chess.
Right.
Hello to all the people who aren't in the chat yet. How you doing? We're playing Chess Ultra because we're smart fellas. Once I get into the game, I'm actually going to tweak the options and see if I can turn the game audio down because I think it might be a little quiet, a little loud. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, I can actually have a listen. There's going to be a little bit of double sound for a second.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so...
Hello, Savannah.
Basically, the YouTube...
beginners?
The PS4 chat looks like it's broken again, so do you want me to turn the comments off, or shall I leave it on so we get the message at the bottom?
What?
This was broken in Minecraft this morning. Messages from the chat aren't appearing on the stream.
Okay.
Shall I get rid of it?
Sure.
Right. So if you just joined us, this is a live talk show. Oh, cool. So apparently you can sync a PlayStation community to a live stream now. That's interesting.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very good. Alright, shall we kick into the game and then I can get into these options?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, do you want to talk through what the show is, John, while I'm doing this?
Yeah, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, or those of you who've been with us multiple times, this is a weekly talk show where me and Owen, we talk about pop culture topics ranging from movies to music to video games to comic books to regular books and everything in between. And we do so while playing a video game that we don't really pay attention to well, and we play poorly as we do it, but it's interactive. So if you're enjoying watching what you're seeing, leave us some comments as we go, ask some questions and we'll answer them. We'll interact with you directly, because that's how streaming works these days, you know?
I wobbled my camera around for a little bit and now the game's been like, no, stop doing that, I can't do it anymore. The right stick now does nothing. The game's like, yo, you mess with that, I'm gonna take it away from you.
Alright, if you hit square, it changes your view to like a top-down view or whatever.
Yeah. That's fine, I'm happy with this. Alright, well, I'm gonna kick in with my first move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't see that coming. What you gonna do now? Got him on the ropes, fellas! Hello to Tiny Bit Secret Beginner's Look, and my name is Savannah, by the way. How you guys doing? Oh. And the PlayStation is telling me it has installed an update for Elite, because that was really important information right now.
Yes, hello everyone.
So how have you been, John? How have you adjusted back after your holiday? Because you'd only just got back last time we did the stream, right?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I am... It has been a bit of adjustment period for me.
Uh-huh.
But I'm getting there. The big one for me has been...
Hello to Fuzzy, by the way.
The big one for me has been the climate. It has been incredibly cold for me. Just so cold. So very, very cold.
In Wisconsin?
Yeah. And, being that, I was used to, 75, 85 degree weather over in Bali, this week back here, which has been, like 20 degrees, not been great. I haven't been enjoying it so much.
Have you got the crazy Wisconsin snows there as well now?
No, we actually dodged a storm not too long ago. Oh, thank you for stopping, Savannah. Hope you come back like you say. And hello, Ninth Dimension Gaming. Let's see here. Fuzzy says, this is by far my favorite sport. With my favorite boy. And the other guy.
Why, thank you. I'll just do it. One of us had to.
Just don't know which one's which, honestly.
We're playing with the checkers pieces here because John was like, man, they won't recognize the bishop if we do the boot. Thinks you're all idiots. That's what John is all about.
I mean, yeah. But...
Come on, guys. Hit those like buttons as well. The more likes we get, the faster we can get up the front page.
So what have you been up to this week, man?
Well, I've been playing my guitar a lot. I've been getting back into that because it is fun. And other than that, you know, not too much. I've just been kind of keeping busy. We've still been doing our big Marvel watch through here in preparation for Infinity War. So we're up to we just watched Doctor Strange again, which I think I've seen that since it came out. So I think it's about like my third time now. But you know, that one's actually always better than I remember. It's just the pacing for that one that's a little off, you know.
Hello, Mr. Hurst. Thank you for joining.
Hello, Mr. Hurst. How you doing? That reminds me, I was going to post this to the Discord.
So here, Ninth Dimension Gaming says, I'm so lonely. I was just playing three anythings in an ace by myself. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, sorry, me either. Ninth Dimension Gaming says, who is white and who is black? I'm white. John's black.
I don't see color.
You can always tell, actually, which player I am, because I'll be the one that the stream is visibly showing.
Yeah. So, I mean... So do you think... Do you think that, Doctor Strange holds up?
A little bit. I think it has some issues. Its biggest issue is its pacing. It gets to where it needs to get to a little quickly for my taste.
Right.
I think the opening is actually very good. I think the opening is probably the strongest bit.
Like the part where he... Oh, bye, Mr. Hurst.
The part where he basically gets his injury and goes to convince the Ancient One to teach him. I think is
right.
up to about the bit where she casts him out onto Everest to learn to use his sling ring. And then it's full of things that feel like they're setups and aren't. Like, they make a big deal about how the sling ring focuses the powers of the magician and lets them travel through space and time. But if you lose your sling ring, you're lost. And so, like, all the way through the movie, all the time, I always think that's like going to be like a setup for something. Like, what he's going to do is he's going to learn to be the first sorcerer to travel without a sling ring, you know? Because they must have used him for something. And that never really comes to anything, you know? I don't even remember him substantially getting trapped anywhere without a sling ring, except during that one, like, chase scene. But I think that what they get right about Doctor Strange is that he is rather than being a wizard, he's a wizard-themed superhero. And that's an important distinction, I think. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, I did notice something I'd never really seen about Doctor Strange before. First of all, there's a post-credit sequence of that movie I'd never watched. Like, when we went to see it at the theaters, I must have left after the, like, teaser for Thor Ragnarok, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'd never actually seen the post-credit sequence where Baron Mordo takes the powers back from the guy who couldn't walk.
Oh, yeah. You never saw that?
No, I must have just I must have just assumed that was it and left. But there was a really great thing, which is right at the end. Right at the end of the movie, just before that very last post-credits sequence, the movie has a please drive responsibly warning on it. As if someone was gonna see that hideous car crash and be like, that looks pretty bitchin'.
Yeah. Woo!
So that kind of made my day. But yeah, I think Doctor Strange is pretty good. We got Guardians 2 coming up next, because we pretty much watched them all lately. The one that gets better every time I see it actually is Ant-Man, which is great. Is just really great.
I still haven't seen that one.
Oh, we watched it in 3D, and it's incredible. And it's one of the nicest films to watch in 3D as well, because all the big stuff is extra big. I think Ant-Man's great. I think it's a really underrated film.
Let's see. Okay, thank you, Ninth Dimension Gaming. I will tell you right now, just to let everyone know, neither one of us are very good at chess.
Yeah.
But also, I'm probably not going to take you guys' advice.
Aside
And
from
I'll tell you right
anything,
now, Ninth Dimension, because Ninth Dimension says John Queen goes to side to get pawn. Yeah, I could do that, but then I lose my queen to his. Like I'm not that bad. Like,
also, there's like a 10-second delay, so by the time you say something, we've probably taken our move.
right.
By the time we see your message. Tiny Bit Secret says it's on Netflix UK, John, so you might get it over there. Yeah, Ant-Man is currently on Netflix, I believe, in the UK. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's...
it probably is. It's one of those ones I just never get to do.
The nice thing about it is they skip past Hank Pym as Ant-Man quite a lot. Like, he is Ant-Man, but they go right to the Scott Lang stealing suit plot, you know?
Which is perfect,
It's the right choice. But Hank
Do
Pym...
the right thing.
Hank Pym is kind of older than we've ever seen Hank Pym before. Like, what they do is they give him the history of the Marvel Comics, but they also make him the age he would have to be to have that many old stories when Scott Lang steals the suit, you know?
Right.
And... And... yeah, it really works. So you kind of Michael Douglas is a really grumpy, miserable old Hank Pym, and I like that a lot. It works for that.
Yeah, I want to give it a shot. I do. I really do. God damn it.
Alex says the Queen is the most valuable piece on the board. It's better not to sacrifice it in vain. Or at all, if
Oh, I
you can
got a
avoid it.
Peace collector. Ninth Dimension Gaming says falsehood. King is most valuable. Queen is more powerful.
No, the king doesn't have a value. If the king dies, the game loses. There's no value attached to the king.
But wouldn't that be like all value then? Like if it's
Well,
the
not
crux
really.
of the game?
Each individual piece has a specific value, so that if it ends in something like a stalemate or a there's a score associated with it.
Oh, there's actually a score in chess? I didn't know that.
There's a point value to each piece you take, and the king doesn't have a value.
Oh, I didn't know that. I honestly did not know that.
At least I don't think the king has a value. I don't know what the point would be, because if you take the king, you've won the game.
Well, and you can't really ever take the king.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
exactly.
Never...
It's not feasible. Is this game free? No, it's not. But yeah, no, I would recommend watching Ant-Man, because for me, it's one of the ones that is the most fun because of the comics. There's one of my favorite crossovers in it. A nice little one. Hank Pym in it is great. There's a great sense of fun. It's also a movie about it is a little bit about the period of S.H.I.E.L.D. before the Avengers started off too. That's nice. And it's actually got one of the best villains, I think. The villain is interestingly personal. You know, I kind of like that. Fuzzy says, you're right, Og. I mean, who really needs that king anyway? Waste of a piece. You guys can make fun of him, but he's legitimately correct. The queen is the most valuable piece in chess.
Yeah, what we're really trying to say is that we're militant feminists, you know? Down with men! Down with the king.
The problem with this is it takes too much thought to keep the podcast going.
And it's funny because, like, we're both not good at this. Because I imagine if we were better, we could actually...
Oh no, this is the arm wrestling all over again. I'm terrible,
yeah,
but I must attempt to foresee every move.
So, I'm curious, have you checked out Jessica Jones yet? The second
No,
season?
I'm a little behind on that. I'm really looking forward to watching it.
So am I. I've only watched the first episode. And, like, they do something in that first episode that I was not expecting. They slide a character in that I never ever expected to see. Ever. Ever. Can I tell you? Can I spoil that little thing? Because it's a very small thing.
I'd rather you didn't, but you know. Well, I want to watch it too. Just I don't have time to get to it, you jerk. Just because you've been laying back, lazy enough to just watch all the TV.
You stream for a living.
I was hoping you wouldn't pick up on that.
But so far it's good. It has been enjoyable. Owen. Taking my pawn with your queen. You bastard.
And your knight.
And my knight. Yeah. And then I'm going to take your queen. And put you in check.
I would have a hell of a strategy if my king had been where my rook was. That's on me. I genuinely didn't. I was so busy worrying about what your queen would do, I didn't think about what your bishop would do. Tiny Bit Secret says, was it Spider-Man? Yeah, Spider-Man and Jessica Jones. That would be great. Is it Spider-Man?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is it?
No.
Ah, you had me going for a moment there. Is it? You said it was a character you would never have expected. Is it Jack Nicholson's character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, that was actually like something I fully expected to see.
Is it Bertrand Russell?
Dead air. Got it.
Yeah, you will want it. It was like chess. Let's do chess.
I wanted to do
I'm busy enjoying Ave Maria.
Ave Ave Maria.
Oh, you got my king on the run.
King on the run. Tiny Best Secret says you need the cats to come and run the stream. Yeah, we do. We need the Ronald and Toffee hour.
It would work.
Yeah. This really shouldn't be taking this much of our concentration.
Chess is hard!
Thank you, Tiny Best Secret, for desperately trying to keep us on track. Says, hey, John, what else did you do this week? What else did I do? Well, okay, I guess we should get into this. Me and Owen,
sure.
the last couple days, have been playing a little game called A Way Out.
Yeah, the plan was to finish it today, but my internet went down. Joy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You say that like I was lying. Like that is something I would lie about.
No, that's not what I meant. You're paranoid. You are a paranoid little boy.
Do you know what's really amazing about this? Should I tell him, people who've already seen this?
What?
You could there is a check I could almost not get out of.
Like
if you'd slid the queen,
mate.
Well, no, not exactly. If you'd where I was, if you'd slid the queen down to, I mean, you can still do it. So I probably shouldn't tell you. Well, okay, I can't get out of it here, but slide the queen down to F, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you'd have me in check on the diagonal, but I wouldn't be able to move up and to the left because of those pawns there. So I'd only be able to move down, which would set me down. And then if you'd slid up one, well, no, then slid over to the G, I'd have been stuck, and you'd have had mate.
Well, okay, here's the thing, right? I'm winning, Owen. All right, so maybe you should keep your damn plans to yourself.
I'm just saying that.
No,
yeah.
Like I'm not good at this. I'm not good at chess.
It's alright, I can just keep moving my king up and down. This'll work out.
Okay, this... Wait, this... Ah, this won't do it. Fuck. Wait. This will, though. There we go.
Hey, well done.
Hey!
Alright, let's try that again. No! My ranking against the first opponent in a pretend ELO. Boo. Okay, so they come back to find that John has taken over the board. Yeah, John's sort of like a dictator of chess. A chess dictator.
It's the American in me.
Oh, we gotta do a new game every time?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that big.
Oh, I'm gonna delete this game then. Come on, set up a new game. You do it on your side, and then we don't have to go and lose your voice. Pieces captured 4. Wow, that was a hell of a game. See if we could turn that around a little bit. Come on, John. Oh, wow, you're one of my favorite opponents, John. According to the game.
Well, you know.
This game knows nothing about my preferences. Can we use some actual pieces this time? Let's use the plastic ones. I'm switching to something... No, I hate those plastic pieces.
You know, do what you want. Do.
Well, thank you. I will. All right.
You know what? Go nuts. Have a ball.
I'm going to.
Try to be nice for our viewers. You know, make sure they can clearly see what's going on.
Oh, they know.
Go right ahead.
They know what it is. They'll do all right. Come on, we're talking about anything anyway. Drop in the chat, guys.
Hey,
talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Ask us questions. Give us some questions. But no,
stuff.
We've been playing A Way Out, which has been really fun. I've actually been really enjoying that game. For those of you who don't know what that game is, it is a co-op only, so you cannot play this unless you're playing co-op. Game where you're two criminals, and
you're in prison.
Well, the first objective is to get out of prison. But then, me and Owen have done that, and then it just kind of spirals out into this kind of big crime saga almost.
We played darts in a trailer park. Mm-hmm. Well, I played darts. You play any darts?
I didn't get to play any darts. I was too busy trying to reconcile with my wife.
Boring.
See, this is the part of chess I'm really not good at, is the opening.
Right.
I know this is a really dumb thing to be paranoid about, but I'm really, really paranoid about that whole 4-move loss thing.
The fool's mate.
Whatever. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't ever want to be there.
Well, why would you? It's quite terrifying.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Oh, that was dumb. Whatever. Whatever. Here, Savannah says, I found a new series on Netflix. Oh my god, each episode is 30-40 minutes, and I'm on the 11th episode? Oh, it's a show called Shadowhunters. Have you ever heard of this, Owen?
No.
What's this show about, Savannah?
Yeah, tell us. Shadowhunters, fill us in while we play the chess. Yeah. Keep talking to us. Should we just have a playing chess and talking about things as we gather it episode?
Yeah,
just more casual stream. We'll talk about stuff. So A Way Out is pretty fun. What I'll try and do is I'll try and talk while you're planning your move, and then we'll swap.
Okay.
So A Way Out is pretty good. It's co-op. It does feel... A lot of people said it looks like Uncharted, and it does, while you're playing it, look like Uncharted. In practice, you said it felt like a Telltale game. I think that's a good comparison. It is much more like an interactive story type affair. A lot of quick-time events, things like that. But quite often it will just just ask you to do the most unexpected things. Like earlier today, we were chasing down a guy through a construction site, and then it suddenly panned down the camera and had us try to run through a bird's eye view and get him in a little pincer movement.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah, and that's been really the real fun thing about it, is that there is definitely an eye for cinematic feel to this game. I mean, there's not so much cinematics, but in the course of the action, it does this really cool thing where it really plays up the fact that both of your perspectives are on screen at the same time.
Right.
For instance, there was that scene where before that part Owen was talking about, where we had to pinch this guy. We had to chase him down. And part of it involved maneuvering these cranes. And while I'm chasing him down, Owen's moving the crane over. So if you look from his perspective, he actually sees me crawling across the top of this, chasing after this guy who's also crawling over it. But Owen's just sitting down in this thing, and then actually, what he's seeing is accurate to my movements.
Yeah, it's fun.
Which is, yeah, that is probably one of the neater things about it.
In many ways, it's a very small game. The story is not like the big drawing point. It's a very small, focused little experience, I think. But that experience of co-op through this narrative is actually really, really fun, I think. You know it's your turn, right?
Oh, shit. Whatever.
Whatever.
See here, Savannah says, okay, you know, Savannah's describing this a little bit, is, okay. Like, a shadow hunter is someone who like, protects humans from demons, and then there's wolves and vampires who get in the way. There's a girl who doesn't know she's one until she is 18, and then her mother gets kidnapped. The most evil man everyone wants to kill is her father, that she finds out in the end.
This sounds a lot like a lot of the shows you used to get around the era of Buffy. It's your turn as well,
I can go
by the
on
way.
for more, but it don't want to ruin it for someone who's watching it.
I don't think that's a risk.
Oh, you know what this sounds a lot like? They tried. They
Hello,
really
Loose
tried
Con,
to
how you
make.
doing?
They really tried to make this another one of those franchises, film franchises, but was it the Mortal Instruments series?
Oh, yeah.
And then Savannah says, "This music is so shit. WTF?" Look, I didn't make it. All right, it's very chess-like. You know, it's a chess-like music. You know, you don't go into chess listening to, you know, Slayer.
Loose Con says, it sucked that your internet down last stream. Certainly did.
Yeah.
Can't do much
We'll
about that,
finish it up.
unfortunately.
Sinister Mister says, chess, do a Calabrian counter gambit. Calabrian? I don't know.
Give it a lost my queen.
Yeah, you did. Lost her heart. Yeah. Feel pretty good about that. Just saying. You know the worst part? Not the worst part, but it's kind of one of the things about chess. It's just like, you know, there should be like a perfect move to make every move.
Right.
You just don't know what it is. John es un pez. Pardon? I feel like I should be insulted by that, but I don't know what that means. What? Oh.
Yeah, a way out's really worth playing if you can find a partner. Best to have someone you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing. You need someone that you know you can communicate well with.
Right.
Which I don't know why I picked Owen to play with, but
You didn't. I bought the fucking game. Fuck you.
oh yeah. All right.
Last time I do something nice
Damn.
for you. there I was, running down to the game shop with my 50-pence piece, in my little shorts and my neatly combed hair. And I gave my pocket money to the shopkeeper, and I said, I'm going to play a way out with my friend Jonathan, and it'll be lovely.
Did you have a giant Lollapalooza in your hand? Just
right. Birds were singing. Birds were singing. It was like animated squirrels were carrying me to the store. And then I get back and I'm like, duh, and John's like, don't know why I fucking picked you to play with, you little idiot. Oh, I'm gonna play a lovely game with my friend John.
Really glad you didn't notice that. Owen getting salty. That's right. Of all the flavors, you chose salty. Okay. Feel kind of bad. My queen's just in the back row, just cleaning shop. Like, all right, fuck you, fuck you. Oh, tempting. Whose Corner says, PUBG makes me salty. Fair enough.
Salt makes me salty.
Sodium makes me muy saltino.
Sodium makes me so damn good.
Oh, got to turn my heater off. Well done, Jonathan.
Or as we're gonna call you, hot and noisy.
Call me what?
Hot and noisy. It's apt,
Well.
but not pithy.
It's a little pithy.
Pith off.
God. This is what we got ourselves into.
See you later, Savannah. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Cheers!
Okay. See you next week, John. See you tomorrow, Owen. You should do like Monday and Friday these streams. Well, I mean, we do Monday.
Monday's
we got that
enough.
down. Yeah.
I couldn't handle
God.
John the rest of the week.
Thanks. Oh, I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes everyone, we have these weeks where we just don't have anything, you know?
We're playing the chess. I'm putting pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start telling you my strategy.
Well, as
I
in,
have
like,
no
we just-
strategy. That's why I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, clearly.
I need a refresher course.
Although I do like every once in a while the music does change to like this weird softcore like porn guitar.
Well, I don't have that right now. I've got burn, 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 burn. I think it's the Angel theme tune. Do 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 do.
You know, I seriously got like this, like either best friend just died sitting on the beach looking at the waves music, or softcore porn.
Tiny Bit Secret says, when are you both playing and watching Infinity War? Release weekend or later? Release weekend for myself.
Yeah, probably release weekend for me.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah!
Oh, shut up. Shut up. I'm sick of you making fun of me. Fuzzy says, did you see my game recommendation comment? Should I retype it? Yeah, go for it, man. I don't know if I saw it.
So I had to cough there.
Okay. I'm always down for some game recommendations. Fuzzy says, a game I was going to recommend for you and John to co-op on PS4 just went on 50% discount called Human Fall Flat. Okay, I've heard of this game a lot, and I've seen it in action a little bit. Truth is, it's one of those, it looks like one of those like real physics-y based games where like part of the game is that the controls suck on purpose,
right?
Which doesn't really appeal to me much. Who knows? I mean, it's a lot like it looks a lot like Gang Beasts, which is great to watch. I love watching people play that game, but actually playing it doesn't really interest me. I mean, I give it a go, I guess, but it's not going to be something on my list to pick up, unfortunately. You know what, Ninth Dimension Gaming? Sometimes you just don't need to tell us everything. I mean, I'm glad you feel like you can share, all right? And we want to be a welcoming place. But, yeah, I don't know, man. You do you, though, all right? You do you.
Well, at least this game's lasting longer.
Indeed. Or Chaos says, John just wanted a game where he might beat you after you beat him in arm wrestling. Yes.
No, guys, no. Jonathan pressed the wrong button, which is why he lost the arm wrestling. He didn't lose.
I never said that.
That is exactly what you said. Like, oh, I think if you push this, it ends the game, even though you clearly won.
But you did not let me finish at all what I was trying to say.
Uh-huh.
I was going to lose. I know I was going to lose. I was about to give up regardless.
Oh yeah, I let you win. Yeah, you definitely. You were gonna cave. Definitely.
You know, these are just words spoken from someone who isn't actually used to winning. All right? So I'm going to just let you go. I'm just going to let you be, all right? If I do that, though, it'll be stalemate. Not what I want. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait, hold on.
I mean, I can see checkmate, I think.
Yeah, I got it.
Well done.
Oh, good, everyone. Ninth Dimension Gaming is back from the toilet. So, hi. Welcome back.
Alright, you want to start us up a game? Again?
Yep, I'll be starting us up a game. Or if we just... never mind.
Yeah, could you really be bothered cycling through all those stages?
Well, you know what? If you're gonna choose your own pieces, I'm gonna choose mine too. Should I go Stoughton or Williams?
John, neither of us can see your pieces. Sorry, nobody else. Only you can see them, so...
Okay.
Like, 7 people can see mine, so it matters. What you choose doesn't matter.
Then I'm going Williams.
No, oh, big man! Wee. Tough guy!
Going blood and cream.
That's what I was using.
Of course you are.
I like them. I like red and white sets. They're nice.
Now, have you ever been tempted to, like, buy a really expensive chess set?
No.
No? I have. Like, I don't play chess regularly, and I don't even have a group of people who
I hope you do buy one, because I've seen how you play. Not that I'm any better, but that's why I'm not tempted. Why is it always making me first? That's what I want to know. How come you don't ever get a chance to be first?
Because you're white.
Well, okay. Why am I white all the time? Isn't it randomly selected?
Because I think I'm the challenger.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Lou's Corner says, so, Owen, when will you finish the game that you streamed today? I was there, too.
Nah, screw you, John. Lou's Corner isn't interested in what you're doing. That's just going to depend on when we've got a day together where we can stream it, so no schedule for that. Same answer I always give when people ask me when I'm doing anything. I don't schedule anything except Minecraft, so...
Alright. But we do want to finish that game.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, and you, John. Yeah, it's too late now, Luz. Alright?
You've betrayed me for the last time! That coffee cup looks really filthy. I want to play this in VR, because apparently you can play this in VR. You still have to use the controllers, though. I want to use, like, the motion controls and be able to just knock over all the pieces, like Surgeon Simulator. No!
Or like how you normally play in real life. Fuck this game!
Yeah. That would make my day.
That's what I want. I want the angry chess simulator.
We should do... We should do a podcast like that where I'm playing in VR just the whole time. Like, way.
I think there is actually a VR game called like Table Flipper, where you can play like any of those, you know, royalty-free games. You know, like checkers or chess, Mancala, backgammon. But at a certain point, you can always have the option just to flip the table.
I would love that. Pardon me, sorry, I normally mute my mic to do that.
Yeah, this time he just didn't care, everyone. He just didn't care.
Yeah, I've seen this show.
I see how much effort people actually put into it.
Okay, it says Tabletop Simulator.
There we go.
Too many simulators these days, aren't they, though? Like, I liked Surgeon Simulator as a joke once, you know?
Right.
Plus the grotesqueness of the surgery was compelling. There is a VR version of that I'd like to play.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, like, you know, it always started out very, hello, baby alive girl. It always started out very, like, earnest. You know, there was Farming Simulator, and then there was...
Right, but those are, like, the real simulators.
Shit. Right. But then, like, you get one joke one, right? And Goat Simulator, that was the first one. You know, they made the joke, and I was like, okay, here we go. Then after that, all the other ones that try to be more funny than anything, it's just like, alright, come on. So Lose the Corner says, 2 games that I loved was in Stanley Parable and The Beginner's Guide. I don't know what The Beginner's Guide is.
Stanley Parable is great, though.
Yeah, that was a game I never got a chance to play, but I wanted to. It's a game I could appreciate from a distance. In fact, I kind of love all those games that really, like, mess with, like, perspective.
Right.
Not necessarily, I guess maybe not perspective per se, but, like, they do this thing where they mess with your expectation.
Right, they're deconstruction games.
Right.
Which are nice in...
you get...
Like, I'm generally of opinion that these days we have a little bit too much deconstruction, but not in video games, where it's new. I'm tired of it in comics, where, like, we have nothing but deconstruction now. But in games, it still works. There's still stuff to do there.
Right.
I do like this lovely first edition of Bram Stoker's Dracula I've got just kicking around on my bookcase here.
Yeah. But no, like, because when you get, like, the first-person game, right, especially the first-person game, you have certain expectations where, like, the setting is not going to change, right? It's like, I'm in a room, and this is the room. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Like, I don't even try to hide it. Like, I fucked up. I knew I fucked up.
I knew you would. I led you into my trap. I was hoping you would. I knew that, like, if you backed away, that was your only option, retreat. No matter which you took, I'd be able to take the queen. Which was a useful position to be in.
Yes. And when I knew I had your queen trapped, my real plan began.
Shut up.
First, I would need to gain your trust. I would lure you into a partnership of some sorts, maybe a podcast of sorts. You would start doing that, and then later on, I would change and say, "Why don't we stream?" But I'd make you think it was your idea, right? And then once we were streaming, eventually, you would pick a game that could only be considered
3 years chess. 3 years from now, we'll be operating a parcel company under the names of Alan Winchester and Son. This is when I will make my move.
That's only phase 1. phase 1 of my grand master plan. And phase 1 ends with me telling you about my plan. But you won't stop. You're gonna keep coming.
Ah, delightful classical music.
Yes, delightful.
Delightful. So I feel like, what's his name? Nigel Thornbury? Yes. Elijah.
Smashing. Capers. Elijah.
That was a good show.
I liked it.
That was Tim Curry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Of course it was. No one else has that voice. No one. Oh. I love the voice. I don't want to stop doing that voice. It's, smashing.
I've got Ave Maria again.
Oh, that old chestnut. So in your opinion, what are the most useful pieces in chess?
The knight's always more useful than you think it's going to be.
Yeah. I think it's because that it's not the straight line, right? So it's kind of harder,
right?
To
it's tricky to predict,
visualize. Yeah. Yes. Huh.
The rook is always useful if you can get them out, but they're a pain to get out.
I know they stain everything and.
Oh, another damn rook stain. How many times have we said that in our short and miserable lives?
Far too many. That's why Billy Mays here with my newest product, Rook Be Gone. Just
real useful spot you get your knight into there.
Yep. I regret nothing. Oh, man. I wonder who's walking around in the background of this game, though, just like stomping around, just.
Yeah, can you? That background, it sounds like we're in a thunderstorm, you know?
Right? I gotta do something here.
I like the idea that there's just the beast, the chess monster locked in the attic. Like, that's the twist. When you finally get to the third act of Chess Ultra, like the late game, it just becomes a quick time event. Wouldn't that be a great way of making a game? A little bit like Frog Fractions. It's just a chess game for the first sort of 3-4 hours you play it, but then when you really get into it, a sort of Victorian horror kicks off. Just interrupts, and it just becomes a completely different game. I love that.
But like little hints too, like if we're really paying attention to the the surrounding game, like that little card says, you know, like the sleeper in Riley dreams. You know?
Right.
I don't know what to do.
This is fun.
Yeah. I have an idea. See, Loose Corner says, so if these aren't biscuits, what is this? A Jaffa cake? Jaffa cake, Sinister Mister replies. No, they're not Jaffa cakes. That's the great mystery. Once you figure out what these actually are, we end the show. We never do it again. But so far, no one has guessed what these actually are. Oh, fuck it.
That was a mistake, by the way. There isn't a grand strategy
was
there.
it?
Yeah. I meant to move it just one up, and I've screwed it up.
Nope. Not donuts either. I'll never tell. Run, Pawn, run! You can make it, buddy! You can do it! You're right there!
Oh.
Damn it! That's okay. I just wanted out of this situation. You could have taken my bishop the whole time. Just... Well, aren't you clever?
Maybe.
No. Yes.
I don't believe for a second. Oh, shit! I didn't see that
Suck
at
it.
all.
Suck it, Adams. Suck it. Can you imagine like Gary Kasparov or Bobby
you.
Fischer? Oh. Take that rook deep. Just. Orcas says, don't telegraph your moves, John. You actually could have been queen for a day. Orc, I'll have you know that I'm queen every day. Freedom! My knight can move! This is almost heartbreaking. I see that pawn going for the back row, and he's never gonna make it. Oh, I should actually... I do have something I could talk about. I forgot to talk about it because I saw this on the plane, but we got so wrapped up talking about my trip to Bali and then the horrific fucking movie, The Trip. I saw a actually kind of enjoyable movie. Eddie the Eagle.
Oh, I want to watch that.
It was good. It was actually...
based on a true story, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was actually pretty fun. I won't say it's like amazing, but what it is that there's something about just the unfaltering optimism of the main character.
But he was like that.
Yeah. That it was just really pleasant to watch, that you can almost forgive some of the not good parts of it. It was just one of those things where I'm like, this is nice. This is a nice movie. Loose Corner, yes, there will be a Q&A at the end. There is a Q&A the whole time. If you really want, ask us a question. We'll answer. To be honest, we didn't have a ton of stuff to talk about this week, so we're kind of just leaving it up to you guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But no, Eddie the Eagle is pretty good. Well, you know, I will say it is, for what it is actually pretty well acted. The kid who plays Eddie, I cannot remember his name. Taron Egan?
I have no idea.
He was in
Just take your turn. God damn it. Oh, damn you, Jonathan. He's got cut off again. Here's the question. Has he left the party completely? Has he completely lost his internet or just been kicked out of the party? Let me see if I can invite him. We'll see if he's still online. Deary me, Jonathan. Welcome back. How you doing?
Yeah, it was just a little hiccup, it looked like. Anyways, what I was saying is that the kid who plays Eddie in the movie really gives it. He never really lets go of the character, you know, because you see a lot of times in movies where the personification slips, you know.
Oh, that
you know
was a
what I mean?
mistake. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of this situation before you took my bishop, which you absolutely could have.
Alright, John. Bear in mind, we're supposed to have a conversation and play the podcast. We're not my maximum conversation here. Don't get too cocky or I'll actually focus, alright? All right.
I was the one talking.
No. We'll sort this out, shall we? We'll step up the game a little bit, shall we? Is that what you'd like, Jonathan? Eh?
Are you challenging me to a duel? Like, not sure what's happening here. Okay, Lou's Corner asks, again, I believe, I'm very interested in what you guys like about Red Dwarf and what you don't like about it. I've never seen it.
It's alright.
Seems funny enough, I guess, from what I've heard other people say about it.
I think Lou's Corner's asked me something about Red Dwarf in every stream he's been in for the last month. I've nothing to say about it. I'm sorry. I've literally nothing. I liked Red Dwarf a lot as a kid. It's a TV show. It's fun.
All right. Well, then here's my question then, Lou. What do you like about Red Dwarf, or what don't you like about it?
I guarantee you're gonna regret this.
No, this is a community.
You've opened the floodgates
right?
now. You've made the cardinal sin of streaming. You've interacted with our fans.
You've acknowledged that they're real people. Well, this is a fine mess of turnips. It's just getting silly now.
That's chess.
That's my uncle. What? There. Sinister Mister says, I haven't seen Red Dwarf in ages. Loose Corner says, the comedy in general is quite unique to me, and the characters are hilarious. Oh, see, there you go. That wasn't so bad. Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is a show on the television, which is where we get the name a television show.
Alright, well, okay. Try to have some semblance of a conversation here.
No.
I refuse. No television. Since I've only seen one episode of Jessica Jones and you haven't watched any of it, what are you hoping for this season? What would you like to see?
Nudity,
a real
violence,
answer. A real
and drug
answer.
abuse. I don't know. Nothing really.
No, I don't even want it. Jessica Jones sucks.
David Secret says, and Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Spiders, man.
Spider-Man.
Larry Spiderman, attorney at law.
He's doing those really, really crappy commercials. Like, Larry Spider-Man here to let you know that you don't need spidey sense like me to know that I can get you the best return on your crash.
You really would enjoy Better Call Saul, you know. You should watch it. Even if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, just watch it. It's great. Now I don't know why, but all I can think of in my head is Franklin Delano Spider-Man.
Why?
I don't know, but I want that. Franklin Delano Spider-Man. Spider-Man's just there in a little wheelchair, blanket, you know?
Right. Fits it.
Spidey-Man, the literal ambulance crawler.
Let it go, Owen. I'm gonna win this. I know I will. Somehow. Some way. I'm gonna win this.
Somewhere out there. No, you have to perform a move. Franklin Delano Spider-Man, giving his State of the Union address. I'm just thinking about it, I'm picturing it. I think it could be a real hit. On the back of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, you know?
Right. I just like how you said, like, Franklin Delano Spider-Man giving a State of the Union address. That's not how jokes work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it and I liked it. Hey, how many queens you need?
As many as I can get. Which happens to be 2 at this time. Just spoilers. No. Bad, Owen. Bad. Oh, there's the chess monster again in the background.
Yes.
En passant. That knight's like, aww.
stalemate.
What?
Yeah.
What? How's it? You had a move you can do. You could have just went back.
My ranking went up.
I know. How the fuck does that happen? Oh, you didn't have a move you can make.
No.
Damn it! Fucking stalemates.
I am so out of practice with chess, though. I've really got to up my game. I used to be alright at it. Not this bad. Not great, but not this bad.
Me too, Sinister Minister. I did... Until I first got this game, I did not know stalemate was a thing. I think it's... I feel like that's something that someone who was really bad at chess made up. Like, alright, there you go. You can't move. I win. No. That's a stalemate. And it means I win.
Well, what do you think the word
What?
stalemate comes from?
That asshole who was really bad at...
Alright, just kick in a new game.
Alright. No. So, okay, I will answer my question since you are useless to me right now. Oh, I'm white this time. Jessica Jones, what do I want to see?
You've already seen season 2.
I've seen the first episode.
Oh, I don't care.
Wow, Owen, thank you for really helping me with this show.
No! I'm gonna play the chess. You pick chess.
Exactly. Loose corner. Agreed. Hashtag be salty. Yeah, you just be salty, Owen.
You picked chess. You were like, I want to play some
know
chess. I said this would be hard to podcast through.
But I'm trying. I'm
Yeah,
really
okay.
trying to do.
Oh, okay.
God, I hate you. God, I hate you so much. It's okay. You want to play this game? It was your idea to start the show in the first place. All right? So you have to live with the consequences. All of them. For now and forever.
I can live with that.
I don't care.
So, Karen, what do you want to see in Jessica Jones without spoilers?
No, I don't care anymore. I don't care
Okay,
anymore.
fair enough. Huh, sorry. At least we're in the same boat. I can live with that.
No, fuck it. I am going to answer this.
I knew you couldn't resist.
No, this is pure spite now. Like, what I would like to see in Jessica Jones. It's strange for me because so much of the first Jessica Jones was, like, I hate to say it because I thought she was a pretty interesting character on her own, but so much of what made her interesting in the first season was her interactions with Kilgrave. And since he's not really around anymore, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with her, because if they continue just playing her up as this broken person who has all these all these drinking problems and whatnot, I think that can get boring. So I guess I would like to see a situation where, maybe she has something that's really, like, making her life really well, like, really good.
Right.
And, like, that gets threatened. Because other than that, like, having a character that is rock bottom is interesting only for a little bit of time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and her character is very much the damaged, broken individual, and so you need somewhere for that character to go. In fact, one of the weaknesses about the Defenders, I think, for me, is that, I mean, she is one of the characters I think does the worst out of that show, because
yeah,
she's very one note in that one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so there needs to be some growth. I mean, I was not impressed with the Defenders overall.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is that I don't think they have a good sense of how those characters are best used.
Right.
But then, I mean, they're in a difficult place with it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because so much of the Defenders was Daredevil and the Darettes, you know?
Right. Right, and it feels like a third season of Daredevil.
Right.
More than it feels like a real joining of the various characters.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very much like a Daredevil Danny Rand show, I think.
Right. Because they're the only two that actually had any sort of real emotional connection with the Hand, you know? Whereas Luke and Jessica, they get dragged in because of, like, actions by the Hand, but not necessarily
right
because of a thing that happens with their characters, you know? You know what I mean?
I think Defenders would have been more smooth if they hadn't have introduced the Sigourney Weaver character in that show.
Right. Who you know, don't get me wrong, I thought Sigourney Weaver actually did a very good job.
She's a highlight. She's a definite highlight.
Yeah. But yeah, there was some, I guess, I don't want to say questionable, but there was some missteps, I think, with that show. I liked it, don't get me wrong. Like, between you and me, I definitely liked it more than you did, but it wasn't perfect by any means.
It was a little dull for me, I thought. See, a lot of people were very down on Iron Fist, but I never found Iron Fist boring.
Oh, I did.
Whereas I found Defenders boring quite often. The problem with Defenders is, and you know me, I don't love, like, a ton of action, but it felt like it was taking a really long time to get anywhere. And Iron Fist has that problem too. Iron Fist takes a really long time to signal where it's going a lot of the time. But the individual episodes, I think, in Iron Fist are always quite strong. Whereas the Defenders feels like it's a lot of very weak episodes that don't add up to much for me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where now that all these characters have had their season and they've had their big story for the most part, and then they had their appearances in the Defenders, it's I think now we're in this weird situation, like, well, where do you go, right?
Because with the Marvel movies, the goal is ultimately to bring them closer and closer and closer to inclusion in the next Avengers movie, right? That's the process, and then eventually move them on. But these TV characters are never getting that ramp up, right? The Defenders is the peak crossover for them, really.
Right, and they said that they don't really intend to do it again.
Which works for me, because I'll be honest, the thing I've liked the least about this up until this point has been the Hand stuff, which hasn't really appealed to me.
Right. It's just... So, I don't know, like, with Jessica, her character is one that you absolutely need a really, really personal story with.
Right.
Like, she just doesn't work as an action character. You know?
I don't think so. I mean, she has the powers, but her powers, like, she has super strength, but her powers aren't very visual. If you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right, and even like Luke Cage is a little bit more visual because you get to do that fun stuff of like showing the stuff bouncing off of him. You know, like they showed in his show. You know, where the guy tries to punch him and his hand just breaks in a really horrific way.
Right.
That was good. That was,
and
you
Luke's
know, it's
big.
something interesting. Yeah. Oh man, I'm already doing really bad here.
Well, like I said, if you want me to ramp it up, I can. You know, I'll be cocky about it.
All right, settle down there, champ. He wins one game of arm wrestling. Suddenly, he's Mr. Pro Gamer over here. You know.
No, you like to be cocky when you get a win. I like to relax. But if you want me to focus in and play at my best, I will, Jonathan.
When have I ever gotten cocky when I win? When?
Every damn time.
Name one. Name one.
All of the times. The last 2 games we played.
That is not naming one.
Okay, the last 2 games we played. Alright, come on. Take your turn.
Oh no, I'm not gonna rush into something here.
I don't need you to. The trap has already been set, my friend.
Oh, has it now?
Yes, it has.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily believe you.
That's fine.
All right, everyone, welcome. This is now the Owen and Jonathan focus really hard on this game podcast. Things have gotten personal and shit needs to be handled. So enjoy. Enjoy as the friendship slowly disintegrates.
Sinister Minister says, arm wrestling all over again. No. Shut up.
Shut up, you're an arm wrestler. Let's see here. Loose Horror does say, what I'd like to see on your channel, Owen, is some more Nintendo Switch. It'd be awesome. Yeah, Owen doesn't care about the fans, so... Sorry. Doesn't matter what you want.
Oh my god, a clock has suddenly started ticking on my chess game. It's gonna blow!
See, the best part about this, too, is I know what's going to happen. If I win, what Owen is actually going to do is, I wasn't really taking it serious. I was just trying to get under your skin. I was just trying to, you know, do that. I can see this already happening.
Leave it dead.
Don't care anymore. I just don't care. You had to start talking smack, so I was like, all right.
Oh, come on, this is what you do every time. Whenever we play anything.
Every time.
You're a pain in the ass.
I do not talk that much smack.
Every damn game we ever play.
I believe you're exaggerating a little bit.
Not a damn thing. Not a jot or tittle.
Hey, don't go off and start making up words trying to throw me off, alright?
It's a biblical quote, you uncultured swine.
Okay, I get it, Owen. I know you get all your culture from the Bible. Alright, just, you know, I prefer more secular. I just like the idea that King just like stepped up to the knight, like, huh? 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 Say it to my face. Say it to my cross.
Oh shit.
See, all I have to do now is make sure I don't get you into a stalemate. That's all I need to worry about.
Yeah, well, there's not much I can... Well, you've got me to a stalemate. Look, because I can't do anything. That is stalemate. Pretty much.
Not.
Oh, it pretty much is. Well, I can't really do anything. I'll just take these pawns. That'll be fun. Briefly.
Oh, problem is I'm starting to get to that point where I'm forgetting which way I'm going. Like,
Right, enough points of reference dumped from the map, you know?
right. Shut up.
What did I do?
Oh, I thought you were making fun of me. I was like, shut up. Did the game freeze? Oh, there it is.
No, I was trying to figure out the one square I can legally move into. It's back and forth through those two.
Yeah.
I might as well concede. Oh, hold on. Couldn't resist.
You just quit?
No, I just offered you a draw. Did you accept it? Oh! Communication error. Ha ha ha!
No! I put you in a stalemate again? No! God damn it!
Well, my rank up, yells down. That's technically a win to me, I would
No,
say.
it is not. No, it fucking isn't.
I don't know, man. Maybe my skull went up. Going down.
You're that kid who gets into a fight and immediately falls to the ground crying. This makes everyone uncomfortable. Like, alright.
Yeah, that's technically a win.
No, it's not.
I have no pity for you. I have no pity for you. You are such an ass to play games with every time. Every time we play, every single time, you are the same way.
You are inventing a persona of mine that does not exist.
You go watch every time we play anything else, including this.
Including
I have
this
no sympathy.
What?
I'll be as much of a dick about it as I like.
What did I say?
Come on, get the new game going.
Oh, fine.
And then maybe we'll talk about something.
I don't know. Are you done being salty about things? I'm really having a hard time trying to think of when possibly I've been this cocky person in video games.
Come on, let's play. What else you want to talk about? What's she got for the show?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a topic? I tried.
I have nothing to talk about this week. That's part of the problem.
Shit, I got nothing to talk about. What do? I'll just call Jonathan a bad person for 2 hours. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, it usually works.
Yeah.
2 hours. Who's exaggerating now?
How long have we been streaming?
An hour and 47 minutes.
Oh god, it feels like an eternity with you.
What did I do?
What did you do? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I'll be as cocky as I want to be because you're cocky. I'm not cocky.
I'm taking this so personally. I'm really enjoying it.
You have called out my character, sir.
I would have said this months ago about anything if I'd have known it would have got this reaction out of you. It's great.
Because you're a bad person. I just want to spend time with my friend, play some games, talk about some comics and movies and whatnot, have a nice time, and you're just like, no, it's gonna be obstinate because I can't win. I can stalemate like a champ, but I can't.
I just want to point out, I'm not the one who pretended the game wasn't working when I lost at the pretend arm wrestling earlier.
I didn't. When did I pretend that?
Tiny Pet Secret says, do you remember when John came back from Bali and was all chill and had a new perspective on the world?
Yeah, I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to be real mellow here, right? And you're fucking with my chi, man. Just.
I just like the idea of you just being like, oh, it's gonna be. I love a holiday, but it's gonna be nice to get back, and then just immediately landing on the airport, and remembering me, and being like, oh no,
Fuck!
Oh, I forgot about this.
It's like, God, I have to find the source of all. Sorry, drop my mic. I have to find the source of all my stress and. Oh god, it's probably work, right? It's probably work. Get back to work. I've really missed you guys. It's nice to be back. How you guys been? Wow, that's nice. Oh, okay, maybe some of my friends, and I go out and it's like, oh no, I'm having a good time doing this. This is a good time. Well, okay, guess I better do the podcast. Ulcer kicking back in. Just.
Oh, here I thought it was the highlight of your week.
It was, Owen. It was. The things are over.
On the upside, I'm actually really enjoying chess. Fun to play.
I'm glad. I'm super glad. Oh, I guess I can talk about that a little bit. So I went out to a birthday party on Saturday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was a good time. And the thing was, I was a little apprehensive about it because, like, okay, I'm not old, but I'm definitely past that point where, like, a birthday party only has to be getting drunk to be a good birthday party.
Right.
And the person who I went out with, I'm not going to hold anything against them because they're only like 20, I think they turned 24. So they're right in that, you know, storm where it's like, okay, what's the plan for the birthday? We need to get drunk however we can.
Well, the other problem with that is when you're like 30, 31, when you're kind of that age, right? And they're like 23, 24, you getting absolutely hideously drunk has very different consequences to them doing it. You know what I mean? Like, they're going like, yeah, let's get drunk, get wild, we'll go fool around in the pool room, and you're just sat there going, I used to have a life. I used to mean something. I was young. I still had dreams and hopes.
Here I am.
You better achieve your dreams during the next 5 years, otherwise it's over. That's what I'm telling you. It's over.
Look at me. Do you want to be this? Do you want to be this?
So have I basically completed your story for you now?
No. I performed a small act of robbery while I was out and about. So, really, it was really dumb. I'm just kind of trying to fill up air here, but we went to a restaurant. It's a chain. You might have heard of it. I don't know if they have them over there or not, but TGI Fridays.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah, they're kind of terrible.
Yeah,
I don't
we're not
really
fan.
like them.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Oh no, TGI's is alright here. I'm thinking of Frankie and Betty's. They're terrible.
We don't have those. But TGI Fridays is ostensibly what the restaurant from Office Space is based on. You know, where they have to wear the flare.
Right.
It's entirely based on that restaurant.
But we do have TGI Fridays here. That's...
Yeah. This car can goes, hey, you're playing chess. It's a good game. Yeah, some people like it.
Yeah.
It's done
Yeah,
well.
I think it just came out, right? PX4 exclusive?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm not trying to be that much of an asshole, but...
No, you always are. Don't worry, they're used to it.
You are clearly the meaner one of us. Just saying.
Actually, I like to think of myself more as a mode.
What?
As in mean, median, and
Yeah,
mode.
yeah,
It was a
yeah,
maths
yeah.
joke. Yeah! Highbrow entertainment on your podcast today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we're at this place, and one of the people we're with orders this drink, and it comes in, and it says on the menu, all right. And this is how stupid this is. It sort of says on the menu where it's like, and it comes in an authentic copper glass. Like, who cares? Like, who really fucking cares?
Authentic to what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, that damn imitation copper. But the glass comes out, and I will say that it was kind of a cool glass or a cup. You know, it's as cool as a cup can be. You know, it was neat. And so the guy who orders like, oh, I'm gonna steal this cup. I'm gonna steal this cup. I'm gonna steal it. All right, steal it. Who cares? You know, I think the mom and pop startup of TGI Fridays is going to survive losing a cup. You know, like I think they'll be okay. And but then like towards the end, he starts to get a little hesitant about it. We're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to take this cup, you know. And then he's doing that thing where it's like, well, I don't think it's actually real copper because it has a stainless steel lining. So it's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. And we get to the end, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking the cup.
And then he went, so, my cup!
And so I steal the cup. And everyone, and this is the thing, like, these people.
And then the TGI alarm goes off. Woo! 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 Step away from the cup.
Shit! They got me again. So I take this stupid cup, and for some reason, like, everyone thought it was like the worst thing I could have possibly done. We've been talking about stealing doors.
Are you that guy? Are you that guy? Do you remember that time we invited that guy to our birthday party? We went to TGI's and he stole the cup. That story just goes around about you with that circle for the rest of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Jonathan, always stealing cups.
I'll tell you right away. Don't invite him; he'll just steal a cup.
I think so. I can't believe you stole the cup. I can't believe you stole the cup. They like do this like all night. For the rest of the night, it's like, yeah, I'm like, it's a cup. It probably costs a whopping $1 to order. Like, if it makes you feel that bad, we can drive the hour back to TGI Fridays. I will hand $1 over to the maitre d' or the lead Fridayer, and like it'll all be fine. We'll move on with our lives.
I accidentally walked out with this cup. Problem solved.
Yeah, my bad. It was cool. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's got a stainless steel lining. Calm down.
Yeah.
No need to call the feds.
It's just. But I mean, have you been around those people before who kind of make a big deal out of something that's not a big deal at all?
Yeah, every Monday night.
Like, doesn't Beth watch this show? That's not nice to say.
I'm talking about you. Wait, don't you deflect my insults so deftly? Wasn't that deft, to be honest, but you know.
Oh, you know, just taking it all back. You know, it wasn't that good. I mean, I was impressed, but I wasn't that impressed.
What I like is that you think that I only, like, spend time with Beth on a Monday night.
Well, yeah, isn't that like date night?
That's how British people romance.
Yeah, one day out of the week. Other than that, we try not to associate with each other. Oh, man. I'm really not sure what I should do here. Yeah, let's go.
You think? We're not rolling in options, either of us, are we? Let's face it.
No, it's like, Okay.
Sinister Minister in chat says, the cup guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the cup guy. I've never really quite understood the rules of castling. Like, when I can do it, and...
I believe if you miss your opportunity, you can't do it. Like, if you've moved them, too many of them, you can't do it.
But I haven't moved these two pieces at all, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'll hand on heart, it's not something I massively understand either. Or en passant, that much.
Oh yeah, en passant. There's another one that's weird. Maybe that is en passant, but if you line up the pawns just right, you can just take one. It's
right.
That one I don't wildly understand either. In other words, we don't know what we're doing.
To be honest, I think they can figure that out.
I'm the cup guy. Like, I don't know. Okay. Curses. That's dash cunning of you.
No, I was happy to just let the queen be there.
Oh man, I don't know. I like how our viewers are just kind of, oh fuck.
What viewers?
That's what I mean. They've all kind
them.
of gone away. They've all kind of gone like, okay, let's just go. Like, it was fun for a while, but let's just get out of here. Ah, Lou's Corner's back. He says, my internet cut out. Damn it. Welcome back. Shit. I was really hoping you weren't paying attention over there. I noticed at the last second, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like...
No, I've been planning that for quite a while.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. Let it go, Owen.
What, the game?
Fuck. Not doing well here. Not doing well. Just... Still not doing well. Fuck off, Owen. Ooh.
Thank you.
I bet you're real happy with yourself, aren't you? Just...
Yeah.
Fuck. Whatever. Just whatever. There you go. There you go. You won one.
Yeah, I did. With a lot of strategy and without chasing you around the board while you had no pieces either. Yeah, yeah. We are the champions, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Now this is the classic Owen, all right? He finally wins one, and suddenly he has to make sure that his victory seems better than all of mine somehow. Like, well, I know
Yeah,
that.
I don't get that many. I've got to.
I know that you won 2 to my 1, but my 1 is better than your 2 combined, so I win. Me. Owen.
I don't get many wins. I've got to find the nice little bits about them.
Oh, I know. I know. Suppose we should start wrapping up anyways.
No, we're playing chess all night. Don't you think you can just get out of it? Do you know what? This couldn't have gone better if you'd insisted we play Monopoly.
I don't know. I've always kind of appreciated these classic board games, I guess.
Right.
Like, I don't know how to play a lot of them, oddly enough.
No, like my mom's big into backgammon, but I can't play that for my life.
Yeah, that's one. Like, I have played it before, but it's one of those things where they had to teach me how to do it every time.
Right, like I can play them on the computer because they only let you make legal moves.
Right.
Like I couldn't play Othello.
Excuse me.
I couldn't play Othello on my own.
Is Othello the same as Go?
It's reversey.
Oh, okay.
You know the one where you flip the coins, they're black on one side, white on the other, and you flip the pieces, and every time you flip them, the ones next to them flip, and you've got to make them all the same color?
Okay. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how to play it, but I know of the game.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't play that. But I do like playing it on the computer a lot. You know what I've never played that I've always wanted to play? Chinese checkers.
What's that? I used to play Chinese checkers. It's a weird game. Like, it's a game where I know it works, but it kind of seems like the kind of game that has way too many openings to just kind of be a troll.
Right.
You know?
I used to play, the one I used to like was, you know the solitaire that you play with the marbles?
I think you just didn't have any friends.
No, do you know the game I mean?
Yeah,
What they
yeah,
call
yeah. Where you
Peg
have to
Solitaire?
hop over. Yeah, you
Right.
have to.
I just like
yeah.
that one.
Like, I mean, I'm probably sure they're over there, but for a while, a really big thing over here where you could buy these, like, little tin sets. Like it came in a tin box and would have 2 boards in it, but you could play, like, 8 different games.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, it was kind of cheap, because it'd be like, oh yeah, you can play checkers and chess, and it would be the same board, and then they wouldn't actually have chess pieces. It would have the
checkers with the prints on, yeah.
Yeah. And but then, like, it was always be backgammon would be one, and then Mancala. Do you know Mancala?
No.
It was this game, like, these little stones. You had all these, like...
Pardon me?
I think it was black and white stones. And then the object was that you had to continually add bits of these stones to each cup, and then you can move them over.
Oh, I do know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I for life of me, I couldn't play it now. But I used to play that. I used to volunteer at a Boys and Girls Club, and... God, the music I got is this really heavy operatic song, so it sounds like I'm at the climax of a, like, French Revolution set drama, you know.
So
like,
here's the question.
I'm holding my dead loved one in my hand, just it's like, shit.
How
Just
do
talking
you
about Mancala.
How do you feel about mahjong?
That's another one where I could only play it on a computer, because I do not know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, oh, I can take this piece? Alright.
I quite like mahjong. I do quite enjoy it. Joe, I was reading a really interesting thing recently about a reconstruction they made of one of the first ever games like that. It's one of the earliest known games. I wish I could remember what it was called. It's one of the earliest known games. And they found the rules basically in ancient Egyptian manuscripts, and they tried to reassemble the game and how it worked from descriptions of various people basically explaining roughly how it works. But all the manuscripts we have of people talking about it, part of it's sort of missing, so we don't have like a full copy of the rules. But there's an element of chance, and it's kind of a betting game, and it's. I wish I could remember what it was called. It's like the first... Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, because I was reading about it recently, and it was... It was actually kind of interesting me in how they were trying to piece together... Oh yeah, it's called Senet. It's from ancient Egypt, and it was kind of interesting to me how they were basically... Modern game designers were basically trying to deduce, using what we had of the rules, how the game was likely played based on what would be, fun,
Right.
Because the versions that we have that use complete rules, apparently, part of the reason we think something's missing is it's not that entertaining. Do you know what I mean? So it's called Senet. Here's from Wikipedia. It's a board game from ancient Egypt whose original rules are the subject of conjecture. The oldest hieroglyph resembling a Senet game dates to around 3100 BC. The full name of the game in Egyptian is thought to have been ZNTN, meaning the game of passing. Senet is one of the oldest known board games. So basically we found boards, and lots of boards, so we know that they played it, and there are lots of paintings of them playing it, but we don't 100% know how it's played, basically. But it's one of the oldest known board games, essentially. So here we go. The Senet board game is a grid of 30 squares arranged in 3 rows of 10. A Senet board has 2 sets of pawns, at least 5 of each. Although details of the original game rules are a subject of some conjecture, Senet historians Timothy Kendall and R.C. Bell have made their own reconstruction of the game. These rules are based on snippets of text that span over 1,000 years, over which time gameplay is likely to change. Therefore, it is unlikely the rules reflect the actual course of ancient Egyptian gameplay. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how it's... I'm trying to find a description of how it's played.
If we just figure out this one hieroglyph, we can work it out.
It's a picture of a dice.
It's this. It translates to park place?
Do not pass go.
Oh my god. Get out of jail free?
Okay, I'm gonna look at the rules. I'm gonna see if I can describe how it's played. Okay, so here's how to play Senate. So you get your 3 rows. Senate, you play on a board consisting of 30 squares referred to as houses. The houses are arranged in 3 rows with 10 houses in each row. The object of the game is to move through the board, eventually getting all your pieces off the board. To move, you move your pieces down the first row. Once you reach the end of the first row, you turn a corner, then proceed the opposite way down the second row. Once you reach the end of the second row, you'll once again turn a corner. You then proceed the opposite way down the third row. Once you reach the end of the third row, you move the piece off the board. So essentially, you've got to move your pieces along the board until they leave, right?
Sure.
And they throw these colored black and white sticks to decide how many moves they've got. Kind of. Senate sticks.
Okay.
They're sticks with one side painted black and the other side painted white. You throw the sticks in the air. How many sticks land with the black side facing up determines your move, which is a good primitive version of a dice, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you have 3 black sides and 1 color side, you can move 1 house and toss again. If you have 2 color sides and 2 black sides, you move 2 houses. So there's very specific layouts. Senate is a 2-player game. Each player gets 5 pieces at the beginning. You must move all the pieces off the board in order to win. Pieces are usually rocks. You can also use pennies. Great. Only 1 piece can be placed in each house at a time. At the beginning of the game, you must place your pieces on the first row. And then there are some more rules like that, but that's basically it. And then certain houses
Sounds
have...
very much like Parcheesi.
Right, and then certain houses have special conditions, so... like, if there's a certain house where if you land on it, you get to roll again and things like that. And then they would place bets on that, you know?
Okay. You know, it's actually really... I've always been really interested in, like, games of other cultures. Like,
Right.
I mean, because like, we're getting to a point now, like, with our new games, where it is becoming kind of homogenized. Via like video games and like the new board games that have come out, and mostly because like new board games that come out aren't really like based on like a new like function. It's
Right.
just usually like a different setting with a different set of rules. Like you don't see new games like chess get invented where it's a very simple premise. And
I suppose that's because most of the simple premises are kind of covered, you know?
Right. But where you do see, I think, a lot of difference still are card games.
Right.
I went through this period where I was just researching new card games, and I found a lot of really fun ones.
Well, did you play Grimm?
No. Oh, wait. No, I haven't. Right. Never mind. I'll think of something else.
Oh, not Grimm. What's it called?
See, I thought you were talking about Gloom.
Gloom. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have.
Gloom's terrific.
Yeah, I love Gloom. But I mean, like when card games, I mean like the traditional 52 deck, hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs. You know, games played with that deck, right? If you really look at it, there's a ton of games that are super popular around the world that just aren't played other places. Like, me and my ex got really into...
See, no, I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, because isn't this functionally... If you're just talking about card games using a standard 52 card deck, how is that different to board games that just change the setting with variations of the rules?
Well, okay, what I was trying to get at is like, okay, like the difference between like you know, poker to blackjack to me is fundamentally more interesting than the difference between what's a good example? What's the game that we played on the stream with the animals?
Right.
What the name is it? It's like Armello to something like Arkham Horror, right?
Right.
That's what's interesting to me is that those two games are radically different because they don't share anything alike, right? And it's easy to just invent all brand new stuff. What I find more interesting are like taking real basic ideas and using them differently, like checkers to chess, and like I would even say like checkers to backgammon, right? They kind of share pieces and principles, but they're different,
Right.
you know. And that's what I mean. I guess I said that really poorly.
No, I get you.
Like, to me, it seems more interesting to make up a game using the most basic pieces you can, basic components, and then use them differently. And that's why I think like card games are really interesting, because like me and my ex, we for a while we played this game called Pasur, which comes from Iran, or is an old Persian card game that was really fun. And I could see actually having a good time playing that like on breaks and, you know, with people, because it goes quickly and there's enough strategy there and, you know, gamesmanship where you can compete, but at a very small, short intervals, which is, to me, like, that's what games as a whole kind of are supposed to be. You know, games I feel were always designed to be little breaks from monotony, not huge endeavors.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not to say I don't enjoy bigger games. You know, I love playing the really complicated board games, and I play, you know, these video games that, you know, require a ton of time put into them. But there is something really pure and nice about these really short experiences that you get with these classic games. You know? Like, I know, like, chess can go on for months and years if it's played by two, you know, amazing players. You know, and that's why they invented the timer, to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right.
But, like, you and me, we sat down and we knocked out 5 games in the span of, you know, 2 hours.
Right.
You know, that to me is, like, at the heart of games, are these short, digestible moments where you can add as much or as little as you can to it.
That's why it always really irritates me when you see people talk about chess like it's, like, oh, if you learn to play chess, you'll develop actual skills in battle. You know, they used to have, like, actual soldiers play. Like, do you think those young princes trained up on chess ever got out there and was like, wait a minute, that horse is riding in a straight line? Get it?
Not supposed to do that.
No, he goes forward 2 meters, left 1 every time. All right, all stop so the opposing side can make their move. Because I
think the idea behind that is not so much practical, but like strategy. You know, thinking ahead.
But I have never bought into the idea that it's actually that applicable to a real life situation.
Right.
Really.
I could see it being helpful, like, because they always say like the best way to play chess is play 3 moves ahead, right?
Right.
That's the cliche. I can see that being very helpful, having that sort of mindset when it comes to like financial planning
or diplomacy.
I can see it being very, or diplomacy. Sinister Minister says, I didn't take my finger off yet. That would be really funny. Enemies about to come down on you with their sword. Whoa, 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 whoa! I haven't taken my finger off yet. All right, just hold on, hold on.
I would like to redo that whole move. This man's actually going to go over here and stab you.
Yeah, well, those are the rules. But I guess to me, like, I think what we do on the show kind of gets to the heart of, like, game. To me, like, video games, while, like, the dawn of the internet game and that sort of stuff has kind of changed it, video games for me have always been a very solitary thing. Until recently.
Until the Wii U changed it all.
Yeah, I mean, it says Wii in the title. But like, I feel like there's a sort of social aspect of games that really gets to the meat of like gaming is. Like I can't tell you how like I used to be so jealous. And I mean, not jealous, but I used to romanticize it a lot. Like, you see in movies, like, the two guys sitting in the park playing chess, you know, like in New York or, you know, at Central Park. Or, like, they show, like, in Cuba or Miami, or they're playing dominoes, and everyone's kind of sitting around together watching people play this, and they're, you know, they're kind of ribbing each other a little bit, they're laughing, they're having a good time, they're discussing something. Like, that I think is, like, almost as important to the idea of games as like the games themselves.
Right.
So that's to me why I've always had this like really deep appreciation for these style of games. These old, simple yet complex, if you want it to be, games.
Right. I do think there's a downside to that though, which is, I mean, chess has been around such a long time. I think chess is so formalized, you know what I mean?
Right.
That the real downside to it is that everything's really been done. So there are like objectively good and bad chess players based on how much knowledge you can memorize about what's a good opening and what's not, you know? And so I prefer personally, like the thing about checkers is, or as we call it in Britain, drafts, weirdly, is that
okay.
There's no memorization to a draft's opening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You play. And I sometimes wish chess was a little bit more like that in a community. Like, not in a... Like, I understand the world's greatest chess players in the world are going to memorize those things. I wish at lower levels there was more of an emphasis on playing.
Right.
A little bit like... It came up when I was streaming Hex. Og was saying that we were talking about how like most of the way Magic the Gathering decks are structured are that they have basically a single effect that you can draw down to, so you can mulligan until you get your effect started, and that's how you win, you know?
Right.
And Og was saying that, but then what you've got there is you don't have a deck that is playable with any hand you're likely to draw, which is how I prefer to play, you know?
Right. Like to me, and this is why I was always bad at Magic. I always try to build my deck up to be like, okay, well, if I get this card and I get this card, I can play them off each other. Right. If I, you know, get this card and this card, and like I would have like a general idea where like I wanted to do. Like I would play a lot of like green white decks.
Right.
You know, where it would be a lot of well, I can keep laying down these white cards that bring out minions and little token creatures, and I can, you know, and they're cheap, so I can flood the battlefield with stuff until I get my green monsters out, and I can get those out, and those are bigger and more powerful, and, you know, and that's how I would play, but I would constantly just get stomped by these people who are like, oh, I got an undead deck. I got nothing but zombies. I got every fucking zombie card, and I got 4 copies of each in there, and because the zombies operate in such a very specific way that my whole deck is based on that one principle, and that got real boring to me, because just like to me it almost feels like that really eliminates the whole point of a trading card game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I love collecting boosters, and I love collecting new cards, but I like to, when I open a booster pack, I like to be like, okay, well, I've got my blue deck. If I get a blue card, I could literally just put this in my deck straight away and try it out, you know? See what it does.
Right.
That's fun.
Like my issue with trading card games essentially are, as much as the game developers probably try to avoid this, there are absolutely cards out there that are useless.
Right.
No one uses them. They serve no purpose. They are just wastes of cards, and you get those, and you're like, okay, well, I really can't use this in anything. And if you try, you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage.
Right.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I still think Magic is fun, but Magic is one of those games where if I want to play it, I want to play with other people who are like new to the game, I guess.
Or other people who want to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because very much so you end up with people who just want to win, and they have spent the money and the time researching, buying specific cards online on eBay and shit, or doing the trades just to get that one specific card, and then they build their...
Do you know what I like, though?
Yeah,
Do you know what I like the most? I like it when you get people like that who talk non-stop about strategy. They've bought the decks and stuff like that, and it happens more often than you'd think, and then they're just terrible anyway. Like, they've learned everything. They've learned and memorized everything about how you are supposed to do it. Do you know, this is a totally different game, but no game in the world is better for that than Overwatch.
Yeah.
People who can't play telling you how to play constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Where it's like, great, you have a real grasp on theory, but no grasp on practice.
Yeah. Yeah. People who tell you that Anna theoretically has the highest damage per second. Okay. Can you achieve it? Can you achieve it?
Yeah. Can you specifically pull off the moves that need to be done? Right?
Yeah.
No. No, you can't. But no, I mean there was a time, like, I mean, I still kind of think about from time to time about being a game maker, not video games, but like a board game. I think I would actually legitimately enjoy making games, and I've sat down and I've done it, like, in theory, like I've sat down with a notebook and scribbled out a real basic sense of rules and how I'd want the game to go and the mechanics I would like to see in a game, and setting and stuff like that. It's just my issue when it comes down to it is that there's so much more that goes into like making games than just that, and so much of it involves like craftsmanship. Like there was a contest that I think Hasbro did it. They had a contest where they wanted people to develop a game specifically like one of those high concept games, much like an Arkham Horror sort of game, right? Or I guess probably better, Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride? Yeah. Okay, that sort of game where it was a more complex game than Chutes and Ladders. And I sat down and started doing it, but part of the requirements was to have a prototype. And that's where I really stumbled, because I don't have the artistic ability to do this stuff, and I hate it. Like, I suppose I could practice, but I don't know. I don't have an interest in creating physical art as much as I do coming up with concept and rules and stuff like that.
Yeah. We really should finish up.
Yeah.
So,
thank you all for... Oh, sure.
Have you seen The Good Place?
I've seen a handful of episodes.
I think you should watch it so we can talk about it on the show. And I think you should watch it through.
I know you talked about it once.
But I really think you should watch it. Because I don't want to spoil it for you. But it's a really good show, and it gets really good.
I think the season 2, or the last season, was it season 2?
Yes.
I don't know. that was spoiled for me. The twist at the end, but yeah, I guess I could probably sit down and watch it.
You should watch it because it's a smarter show than you would believe from the first episode, which is really twee. But
okay.
Also, apparently, we're getting a big DC universe massive ramifications event coming on at the moment.
Oh, with the comic books?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been doing the whole like doomsday clock thing for a while.
All I know is that Batman's riding around on a Joker dragon in an upcoming comic.
I can dig it. Well, I know, because like right now they're doing the doomsday clock thing, which is essentially Watchmen 2. They have merged the Watchmen universe into the DC proper.
Right, they've been talking about that since Rebirth. It's been coming for a long time.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shit going on with that I've lost track of because I haven't been reading comics lately.
Yeah, I can't be bothered.
But I guess there's a lot of that shit going on.
Okay, so
like,
this is the event that's leading into this big final thing. It's in this series called Dark Knight's Metal.
That's been going on for a while.
Sure, but it's coming to a close with the big ramifications.
Okay.
The story involves Batman discovering a dark multiverse that exists beneath the core DC multiverse. It is revealed that the dark multiverse is connected to the core multiverse through mysterious metals that Batman has encountered over the years. His investigations eventually result in releasing 7 evil versions of himself from the dark multiverse that invade Earth.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Does that sound terrible but also great?
Well, it's been going on, and they've been introducing these Batmans, and the thing is all these Batmans are actually based on other DC heroes, like the main Justice League group. So there's an evil Batman. There's also an evil Batman that's also Superman, and there's an evil Batman that's also a Green Lantern, and there's an evil Batman that's also from Atlantis, and there's an evil Batman. It's
dumb.
Yeah. Real dumb. But here's the thing. I've always been sort of interested in reading it because of the person who's behind it. Scott Snyder is the guy behind it.
Any relation to Zack?
I don't think so. But
anyway.
he's a comic curator who has done a lot of really, really amazing independent work. One for sure I really like is AD After Death. That was a really good short series. But so he has a mind for these kind of off the wall concepts, and he pulls them off. And his concepts are generally very fun and silly. So I've been interested in that sense, but knowing that it also has deep ramifications for the DC universe as a whole is what's put me off.
It's not the sort of plot that should be that should have deep ramifications. Like, remember when like for me, you can't do Crisis on Infinite Earths again. Like, it really annoys me that you can now no longer divide the universe just up into pre-Crisis and post-Crisis. That was handy. That was convenient. We could work with that. Now it's too complicated.
Real quick, I just want to say, Loose Corner says, thanks for another amazing podcast. Live stream, Owen and John. No problem. If you're taking off, thank you. We're wrapping up anyway shortly. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Do we now have to say, okay, that was pre-evil Batman Superman?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
It gets to a point where it's like okay, it was post-Crisis, pre-52, post-Rebirth, you know? Like,
right, because what no one wants to admit is what they really need to do is just start taking a flexible approach to canon, the same way Fox does with the X-Men movies, and just leave it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been saying this for a while, especially with DC. Like, Marvel, I guess, still has...
Are they just not taking your calls? DC, like, especially DC, like, they have fucked their canon up so much, and every time they do a event that try to fix it, it makes it worse, or they execute poorly,
And, like, for all intents and purposes, I was super excited about New 52. Like, we're just going to wipe it clean. We're starting over. This is the new canon. Right?
The problem with New 52...
That's what I was...
The problem is...
They executed real poorly.
The problem is, they don't just do a new canon. They do a new canon and a rewrite at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like, people forget that all the characters didn't just completely change during Infinite Crisis. All they did was they got new backstories that were more in keeping with how those characters were being written at the time, for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know? They just gave Superman a backstory in line with how people were writing him, which was more like the Christopher Reeve Superman at that time, more limited, more focused. Mm-hmm. They gave Batman more of a dark, gritty history, less of Superman's friend, because that makes more sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They didn't just overnight. In fact, what people don't realize is that in the post-Crisis era, most of those stories just carried on, you know?
Right.
Like, Superman got the big reboot where he started from scratch. Batman got a kind of a reboot, but most characters basically carried on with their new histories, and then they got, like, little year one books down the line sort of explaining the new canon.
Like, what I would love to see is, if they want to just keep on doing this, like, joint canon thing, what I would like to see is just do another, like, New 52 type thing, right? We wipe it clean, and at the beginning of every number one, right, just have one page that's all text, just explaining their origin, their power set, and where they are at the current moment, all right? Just do that, and just make little short stories from then on.
My favorite bit about New 52. Speaking as someone who, even after everything we've said about Batman, I still read Batman comics. I still like Batman. I can't get over it, right? My favorite bit about New 52 was giving us a Batman who'd been operating for 5 years now, mm-hmm. who already had his existing relationship with Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne.
Right.
That was a hell of a 5 years.
You really get around, huh?
Like, I think they actually explained that, like, Damian Wayne was conceived, like, before he was Batman, because it's the only way it would work.
Right.
And how does that work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... yeah. But this is what I keep saying. Like, when it comes to DC, what DC should just do is just make a press release saying, look, canon is done. No more...
Sinister Minister says
no
they grow
canon.
up so fast.
And they grow so fast, become assassins, and try to murder me.
Yeah, no more canon.
DC should say that there's no more canon. We're just putting out stories. However you guys want to connect it, go nuts.
Canon operates within context of a plot, or even within a book for a run, you know? But not everything all the time.
Mm-hmm. Because, like, I guess, like, Marvel still sort of gets away with it. Because they do kind of play fast and loose.
Yeah, and if they don't like a wedding, they can just have the devil trade it away.
Right.
Still makes me laugh how angry people were about that.
I also think that writers for Marvel, I think there's a company-wide, like, tone where it's more like, okay, you're gonna write stories that are new, all right? Whereas DC, you see a lot of the writers like to pull from the past a lot. There's way more stories involving, oh, this character from 1952 that showed up for one issue, we're going to pull him into the present to have him have his little moment, but we can't just let him have his little moment. We have to now establish that through the entirety of the history, he's been pulling the strings here and there, and he's been manipulating things for this one great moment, for these 3 issues that he's going to be there for.
Marvel is consistently better at just going, okay, it's a new Spider-Man story. Spider-Man, he's fighting Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Octopus is doing a thing. That's the story.
Oh, shit.
Doing a thing.
My headset died. I'm sure you might be able to hear me, but I can't hear you right now. So,
I can hear you.
Give me 1 second.
Idiot.
1 second.
You idiot. Back yet?
Okay.
Hey, you're back.
Yep.
I know what DC should do. They should just announce that the DC Extended Universe is just the new canon for the comics now.
Oh my god. I think you actually should watch Justice League.
Oh, I'm going to. I was playing the McDonald's Monopoly, and we won £10 digital movie credit, and I can buy Justice League with it. So I'm going to, because that's free. That's the best way to watch Justice League, isn't it? You know, not paying for it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't pay. I watched that in flight.
So, yeah, we're gonna watch it. In the whole movie, I'm just gonna go. No,
I'll tell you right now. Like I said the other day.
You are so quiet.
Sorry. Why did I get so quiet?
I don't know.
It should still be my.
Is your headset plugged in properly? It sounds a little muffly too.
Well, it's not my. It's not my headset anymore.
Are you just shouting from Wisconsin?
Hey! Oh, I know what it is. Okay, how about now?
Perfect.
Okay. No, like I said last week, the best way to approach Justice League is don't think of it as a universe-building movie. Think of it as a live-action Justice League the cartoon episode.
Yeah, I like the strategy. Yeah. Imagine it's something you already like, and then...
That's how I handle eating pork. Like, just pretend it's chicken. Just pretend it's chicken.
It is, like, I know it shouldn't be, and I mean, nothing entertains me more than the Zack Snyder crazy fan base who have decided that...
Oh, yeah. Bring out the Snyder Cut!
Shut
up.
That this is actually not a horrible mess, and that we've all got some, like, agenda against... Like, we don't want them to make good movies, because, like, I would love it if this was absolutely every bit as good as the Marvel movies.
Right.
But do you know how weird it is? Like, I bought Wonder Woman on Blu-ray. It's sat there on my shelf. It pains me. It pains me that I can't justify buying the other movies, because then Wonder Woman's just sat there alone, and I feel weird about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels strange just buying that one film. But it's the only one that's good.
Well, that's my favorite. Like, bring out the Snyder Cut. We got the Snyder Cut of Batman vs. Superman, and it was terrible. Like, what makes you think that this is going to be any better?
Well, apparently that, like, 3-hour-long version's better, right? Of Batman vs. Superman.
I don't know how. Because the things that sucked about Batman vs. Superman are key plot points. Like, just...
I like when he makes that kryptonite spear, and then he leaves without it, and then he's like to Wonder Woman, I need that spear. Why don't you just bring it then?
Well, no, they threw it in the water.
Why?
Well, Lois Lane did, I think. Didn't she?
Why don't she get it out? If he needs it.
Alright, let's wrap up here.
Bye.
Thank you all for watching Those Aren't Biscuits. Another episode in the bag. I've been one of your hosts, Jonathan Cadotte. With me as always been Owen Adams. Where can they find you, Owen?
By going to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Owen Adams.
Okay. And you can find me on my Twitter, which is @JohnCPerson. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, have a good one.